We understood what is a test plan and what is a HTTP request sampler, and what is the meaning of user, and what is the meaning of loop count, what is
Yes.
the meaning of ramping period. Okay, so
Hmm.
now if for example I am visiting to this website rminfotechsolutions.com,
Hmm.
and I am visiting on the page Selenium, and then I am visiting on page Playwright.
Hmm.
So there will be some interval. There will be some interval in between these two pages when I will be visiting this page or I will be visiting this page. There will be some time interval. If in the thread group I increase to the user, say two users are visiting in 2 seconds the page one time. So it means this page will be called two times, but first by the one user, then by second user, then again two times, then again two times. To be when we have specified this,
बट वो सेलेनियम और प्ले रेट का ये कैसा डालेंगे जो आपने अभी दिखा ना, सेलेनियम ओपन करो जरा.
this is the recording we have already done in
ओके
my
ओके.
previous channel. So we have already explained that how you can take the path. So that is the recording I have already done before. So this is the path I want to. This is the server name and this is the path name. Okay. So now it for the better for example, if I am executing this test, okay. So look at this timer over here. You see there is a timer when I run this test, and what I'm doing, I'm saying two people are visiting and they are visiting the page one time. When I run it, so here the timer has started.
Yes.
The timer has started. So all the requests are executed one after another immediately without any time interval gap, which is which will not give you the correct result, because practically when you visit some website and you click on some link on a website, you think about it what should, so you read some page content and then you click somewhere after some time. Okay, and if two people are visiting, then there will be some time interval between these two people also. So what should we do? We should add a timer. So timer we can add in the thread group or we can add in the request also. So if I add the timer on to the request, for example, when I'm opening this web page, I'm adding a timer here. So generally we use two timers. One is a constant timer and another is a random timer. These two timers generally we use. Constant timer means that we are setting a constant time. Constant time is one fixed time we are setting, and this is a time interval basically I'm talking about. When the one thread is executing and second thread is executing, so we are specifying some time interval gap. That is a timer we are adding. So whenever you are creating your project, so it is, and you are creating the multiple users, so it is better you should add the timer. So
Okay.
constant timer or uniform timer, these are the two basically timers we generally use. In uniform, random timer, so it is decided by the system. Okay, so uniform random timer is decided by the system, so it automatically sets the time what is required. So if I set the constant timer, and here I'm setting it with the home page, when I'm opening the website, then I'm adding the timer. So for example, again I add timer, constant timer with this request. And for example, I the delay, so you say here it is written delay, so it means this page, when I'm opening this home page, so it will delay that particular page by, for example, 5000 milliseconds. So it takes the time in the millisecond. So these two pages I'm not setting the time, I'm setting the time on the home page only. That is a constant time of 5000 milliseconds. So I've added the timer with this request. Now again if I save it, so now again if you look at this timer over here, when I run this test, you see it is not coming here. Test has not started the execution. because I have added that and now it has started the execution. So it means that it has been delayed. It has been delayed. Now, if I want to add the constant timer with this request also, so everywhere you have to add the constant timer with this also, with this also. Otherwise, what I can do, I can set the timer at the thread group level. As we already discussed, whatever you set in the thread group level is applicable on all the samplers inside that particular thread group. Okay. So if I add in the thread group, for example, right click, add and timer. And again, I'm adding a constant timer. And for example, again, I'm adding a constant timer of say 5000 milliseconds. So now this 5000 millisecond will apply to this, and this, because we have set it inside the thread group. You can take it to the above also. Drag and you can take it to the above. Okay, so it is inside the thread group. Now this thread group also has a constant timer of 5000. So for this particular request, website opening request, it will add to 10,000 milliseconds, because this timer which we have set in the thread group will also apply, and plus this timer which I have set on this request will also apply. So for this request, it will add to 5000 plus 5000, 10,000 milliseconds, and for these it will add to 5,000 milliseconds. Now again, if you look at this timer over here, this counter is running, and here also you will get the output. So you will see it will not start immediately, and there will be a time interval gap in between all the requests. You see, it has not started. Okay, counter has started, but the request has not started over here, because we have added 5000, 5000, 10,000 millisecond time. Now it has executed first page. Now again, you see second page is not executing, servlet page. Now it has executed. Now third page, playwright is not executing, it is stopping, and then it has executed. So we have added this constant timer to have the realistic, because there will be some time interval between the request. Okay. Now again, if I remove this constant timer from here also, and if I add up uniform random timer instead of constant timer. Okay, so in uniform random timer, it says random delay, so it is giving you the time frame. So this time is automatically set by the system. Like there, I have written 5000 milliseconds. So everywhere it was taking 5000 milliseconds. But here it is giving me the maximum time. How much do you want to delay? And constant delay. Okay. So you have to give these two parameters, and it will take the time on its own. For example, if I set it to again say 3000 millisecond, and here I will say constant delay of 500 milliseconds. So it will take the range on its own. And similarly, you can add to the request level also. HTTP request level you can add, or otherwise if you do not want to add with all the requests, and you want to set it at a uh, this thing thread level, here where we have added in the request level. So you can add it at the thread level also. So it will apply to all the thread group, or you can add to the test plan level also. So as I told you that in test plan there can be multiple thread groups also. When we have discussed the session how to create a project, then we have discussed in RM Infotech, we have added developer group and we have added the training group. So here you can add different kind of the request. Here you can add different kind of the request. If you want the constant uniform timer to this thread group and this thread group both, so you can add it at a test plan level. Okay. Otherwise, you can add it at a test group level also. So, or you can add it to the request level also, as per your choice. So if I add to the thread group, uniform random timer same, say 3000 and 500. So, so this uniform random timer, I take it to here, will apply to all these thread group, and for this test group, this plus this will be added. Same concept. So again, if you see, execution has not started, and now it has started first. So random means it is, so when 5 threads are executing, in Java, if you have done core Java, so in core Java, the thread means process basically. Okay, so the priority, so we set the priority. The thread with the minimum priority will execute first, and thread with the bigger priority or will execute later. Okay, so here it is randomly in the constant timer. We were setting the constant time, so all the pages were executing in the same order. But here you see, after Selenium, again open browser is calling after that, and again Selenium, then playwright. So it means page order execution is decided by the system. Which page? So it sets the priority on its own. For every request, it sets the priority on its own, and multiple threads when are executing. So thread with a minimum priority will execute first, and then later threads will execute. So in that way, it is better if you set the, so whenever you are making a JMeter application, whenever you are adding the multiple requests, so and you are adding the multiple users, so you should add the timer to get the correct picture of the event which will happen. Okay.